I don't know.
Maybe don't.
Maybe I do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what happened to two bodies. Do we know who did it? I don't know. You don't know.
Ooh.
Let's ask ourselves, did OJ actually do it?
Yeah.
The end of the podcast, people. Thank you.
I genuinely cannot believe that none of this information has been told to me before, that I have never known that actually, all along, there was this obvious suspect.
It's crazy, man.
Obvious, like so obvious. And
The
yeah,
physical evidence fits.
of course OJ is going to just take the hit,
Yeah.
because it's his son.
son.
It's so
Acknowledge
obviously
you.
not OJ.
But luckily for him, all the plaintiffs from all three court cases were killed before he could go to trial.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
is Kevin Spacey having people killed?
Kind of seems that way.
Jesus Christ.
Even that, he was very lucky.
That's a Boeing level of kills.
We are the generation of tomorrow.
You cannot be fucking trying to pull this off as
Cool.
real. I think that was the first
5.3
video ever to
billion.
get 1 billion views.
Now it's got 5-point-something billion.
Yeah.
Which is, my God.
Almost the population of the Earth.
Isn't that like,
That's
well,
when
not
the-
1/8 for the population. Oh, for the 5 side. Yeah.
So it's almost on
Yeah.
the way there. I mean, imagine that. Imagine if that happens. If every single person on Earth has seen Gangnam Style.
I wonder how many of them was just people in like Korea and had loads of people there.
I imagine there's...
Especially in China as well.
There's probably-
they would have been in Twitter.
Maybe, but I reckon there's uncontacted tribes who still know about Psy.
Yeah.
You know, they start throwing things
pretty
at you.
lady,
Yeah, we know it. I was like, oh, fantastic.
Hey,
Oh,
sexy lady!
I thought they were going to eat me then for a second. Oh, we're still going to eat you. We just know Gangnam Style. Ah.
That's how we learn English.
Yeah. We learn English from people who we eat.
And Gangnam Style.
Mm-hmm.
We eat Gangnam Style.
Yeah. Hey, sexy lady. Staring your fucking leg with pop. Or pop your leg, you know.
Make out like his good name could induce murder
It
or
doesn't
cannibalism.
doesn't induce murder. No. It straight up causes it.
Oh, okay. That's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I suppose it's not the same thing as inducing. Is
Inducing is causing something else to do it. This one just straight up kills you.
well, no, inducing is like
That's what happens.
kicking off the process that was naturally going to happen anyway.
That's what happens when everyone has watched Psy in the world. Everyone dies.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
It's like The Ring, but it's not The Ring. It's Psy.
So we need to keep like rather than a patient 0, we need to make sure we've got a patient 8 billion.
Yeah.
9 billion, whatever it is
Yeah.
now. But to be fair, we can always make sure that there's somebody banging out a child somewhere. Then it'll always
Let's
be...
reword that.
Okay, yeah.
That just sounds.
If somebody's having sex with a child...
that's a problem.
No, I was saying that's how I'm rewording it to clarify. If somebody's having sex with a child...
Oh, okay, there we go.
Then
right,
it's...
I see.
Damn, I wish I could remember my original point to carry that on longer then. Or whatever. Welcome to Squishy Logic though, everybody.
Welcome to Squishy Logic, yeah.
To clarify. This is the first of the episodes that I'm going to be completely video because it's long to do, and I'm going to be making videos now. I'm going to what's that word when you when you create something and you materialize it? Is that what they say? The woke people.
Oh no,
or the yoga people. I'm going to masticate. Is it
manifest it.
Manifest. Yeah, so I can remember the M. As normal, I can literally only remember the first letter of a word.
Yeah, the Americans very much big fans of Manifest Destiny. So
yeah, I want to manifest like the fact that I'm going to be busy doing other videos with some money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to streamline this a little bit more.
yeah,
You still get your clips where you can see our beautiful faces, but in general, you might not see us all the time. But I am your comedic babyface and everybody's favourite
Yeah.
KD Hinken.
that's true.
Joined as always by my comedian cohort, my brother in arms in the world of comedy, which is full of a lot more negativity than you would expect.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Mr. Nathan Parrish, how are you?
Yo.
Yo.
Not being funny, there's quite a few comedians I've seen who've just stopped doing it.
Doing what?
Comedy, stand up. They just
Yeah.
stopped.
That seems to happen a lot, don't it?
There's quite a few started doing YouTube stuff. There's a
Yeah.
few who've just given up entirely.
The
There's-
scene here is shit, man.
It's awful.
And I thought it was just Birmingham, but
Yeah, no.
there's this guy like there's a few different comics I learned that are like on YouTube openly talking about how shit the UK comedy scene
Yeah.
is. I think it's like a best kept secret kind of thing, how terrible it really is
Yeah,
until
'cause
you
no
get into
one-
it.
No one wants to pay really for comedy anymore because they get it all on TikTok and that kind of stuff for
It's
free.
very true, yeah.
And they don't see the point of paying for it, so they'll go and see people
Which
who
is not
are
the- which is not
just
the-
starting out, and they'll see
Yeah.
people who are giant,
yeah.
but they won't see. Not many people will see the people in between.
They'll only see the first ones anyway by more chance than anything if they
Yeah.
happen to be where they're going to be.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
somewhere
like,
they
oh,
can
well,
get to easier. you know.
There's a thing on at the
Down
pub
the
tonight. Do
road.
you want to go see it? Let's see that. They're not necessarily going
Yeah.
because of the people.
Which in a sense is sometimes good, I suppose, for the grassroots side. In
Oh,
the
it's
sense
definitely good,
that-
and it's also good for testing new material in front of people who
Yeah.
don't know who you are. That's
And,
brilliant.
and as well, there's a possibility of like people coming to see just because it's down the road from them sometimes.
Yeah,
Finding them good pubs in it and all
Yeah.
that. Doesn't have to be in the town centre, but it's nice if you can get in the town
but
centre.
this is the problem as well. It's like there's this idea that you can't run two gigs at the same time in the same city.
Well, oh no! I've been told you have to be at least 25 minutes drive away. No, 25 minutes walk.
Yeah,
away.
I don't
drive away.
drive away. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. You know, it takes me a
ridiculous.
lot longer than 25 minutes to walk.
25 minutes drive is an entire city length.
It doesn't feel like 25 minutes drive to me. I remember that journey.
25-minute drive, like from the centre of Birmingham, you'd be on the outskirts of Birmingham.
You know what? Sorry,
From the centre of Birmingham, you'd be on the outskirts of Birmingham from 25 minutes.
where's the outskirts?
good
What
run.
would that be?
Like,
Maypole and stuff.
yeah, well, beyond that.
Oh no, it's not 25 minutes in that case. It must have been 25-minute walk.
Mm.
I was just thinking in my head that seemed a bit much.
Yeah, but even,
I remember
even
25.
the thing is, it's like
It's like, nobody owns the fucking planet anyway.
also like I'm
Calm
sorry,
yourself
guys,
down. You're not
but
that important.
this is healthy competition.
Yeah, to be
It's
fair.
what it is.
It's
It's
what it is.
healthy competition.
Not
If
even
you
that. It's like, we should all be doing it together. Lifting
Also,
each other
like-
up. Fuck that now. Obviously, that's not
the
going to
idea
fucking
that-
happen.
The idea that you're doing it on that night, it's like, well, people are going to go to one night a week, aren't they? They're not going to go to every single fucking comedy
Yeah.
night.
And it's like, what? Somebody asked you to put on... Because that was a family friend that asked me to put on a
Yeah,
paid comedy night. It's like, what? I'm not going to do that. Like,
Yeah.
what? Are you crazy?
yeah,
So anyone that knows King's Heath and knows the area knows how far away King's Heath Cricket Club and like where the old where the old B&Q was, because it's that pub right there. Because that pub's not very. It's like the least gone to pub in the whole of the King's Heath High
Yeah.
Street as well.
yeah,
Because I know that place. I know how crappy the station is.
yeah.
You got the Hare and the Hounds on the same road.
yeah,
I mean, that's the place you want to go to.
yeah.
The Hare and the Hounds. That is.
I
live.
don't know this place.
You don't know the Hare and the Hounds?
No.
Beatles played there.
Oh right.
Like, all big people played there. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of them. It's been around forever, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played like everywhere in Birmingham, and I lived just down the road from Hare and the Hounds. There was one place I never got to play.
Fucking hell.
Fucking one day I'll get to
Yeah.
in some other means, but I was never able to do it from that.
Yeah. No, I
Brilliant.
really am looking forward to doing some stand up at some point soon. But I still got loads of other shit I've got to deal with first.
I'm just trying to get some money going again,
Yeah.
just to make it a bit easier.
Yeah.
But, I gotta wait and see obviously how the mother's doing again now. If her legs have been going a bit again, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think we can get over that now. We've realised it early because
Yeah. You sort of you're aware of it.
we're
now.
aware of it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what to look for, and
Yeah.
after like it's happened once, then it's
Yeah.
it's like when you have
I've
your
got to
second
readjust
kid.
my mic.
It's like when you have your second kid, you're super chill because it's like I've seen all this before.
Yeah.
Like the first one, you're worrying about every single thing you do, and the second one, you're like, oh, I think what's he doing? Oh, somewhere around.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right, man. Don't
He'll
worry.
be fine.
Yeah, maybe not quite like that, but
Yeah.
you're super chill about it.
If you
Like,
smell something weird or there's a big noise or he starts crying, there's something you've got to go check out.
you can't watch a baby 24/7 as well.
No,
It's
it's
true. You can't.
true, you can't. You got to sleep. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Having a
Um,
baby's not that hard. It's actually quite easy.
Yeah.
Everybody may say like it's the hardest thing in the world. The only thing that makes it hard in the first time round is that we get in our own way.
Yeah.
You know, so like, oh no, what am I doing? Yeah, blah blah blah. That's like nature. Well, don't completely let nature take its course. Because I was watching Jamie Clarkson's farm and pigs were squashing the babies and eating them.
I've watched all of that now. I've caught up on that. That was a very good series.
I'm only like on to episode 4 or 5. So
Yeah.
don't go too far, baby.
Yeah.
I can't remember what was the last thing that happened. He was trying to set up mushrooms. He was midway setting up my mushroom thing.
Oh yeah.
He hadn't done much work on it yet, I don't think.
Yeah, that
But
works
he's-
out quite cool. That one. I'm interested in that one.
Yeah, a lot of it, man. There's some cool ideas, but
Yeah.
the problem is he's got the council hate him.
Yeah.
They absolutely
Like
hate him.
absolutely hate him.
And let's be fair as well, though. Give it both sides. He has given them plenty of reason to.
Well, let's give him the fair play as well. It is Jeremy Clarkson.
That's what I'm saying. He's given them plenty of reason to hate him.
Yeah.
He blew up his house twice, I think.
Yeah.
Like on those grounds.
Yeah, he blew up the house. He's fucking, done all sorts of stuff. He keeps trying to circumvent it by getting around it, and that just pisses him off more. But they get.
But since he's done the farming thing, then he's like like he even said himself, the first year he was taking the piss a bit. But since then he's tried to.
He's tried to do it proper. Yeah.
And it's weird how much he's into it, isn't it? Like seeing him and his missus getting all like emotional over the pigs and that.
Yeah.
That was like, oh man.
That really gets you in the feels.
Yeah, anyone that thinks Jeremy Clarkson hasn't got a heart.
Yeah.
He's
The
good
thing
at
about Jeremy
pretending.
Clarkson, again, it's that fucking thing where people think that, he is this one thing.
He is
Jeremy
that too.
Clarkson is a multitude of things. Like, he's a
many
shit
people.
stirrer.
Like
He's
many
also,
people,
yeah.
like he's many things.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's a bit of a shit stirrer, but that's always been part of his personality. That's the reason why when everyone tried to fucking cancel him again recently because of his article about fucking whatever it was.
I don't even know about that one.
It was about the lady, the Bint who married the prince and took him to America. What's her name?
Oh, Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle, yeah. He wrote
Isn't
a
it
thing
so
about her,
funny?
and
Was
they're
he
like, "Oh, that's
insulting
so yeah," and they were like, "Oh, it's such a big problem," and it's like, yeah, but this is what Jeremy Clarkson has always done.
Isn't it so funny that him and Piers Morgan hated each other? You know, they could actually have a mutual
A mutual hatred.
hatred of Meghan now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I mean, I understand. Out of the two, if it's like you've got to punch one of them to save humanity, Piers Morgan or Jeremy Clarkson, I'm punching Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
100% I'm punching Piers Morgan.
Yeah. I think he's less likely to respond as well.
Yeah. I'd do it even if they said, oh, well, only 50% of the people would die. I'm going to do a Thanos snap. It's like, I'll still punch him. If it could be to save one person's life, I'd still punch Piers Morgan.
Well, I mean, I'd
It
say
could
anyone's
be.
life is still worth punching Piers Morgan.
Yeah, it could
the
be to save
Piers
a
Morgan.
cat. I'd still punch Piers Morgan.
I would still
It
say a
could
cat
be
would work,
to save a fly. I'd still punch Piers Morgan. It could be
Okay, no, I wouldn't.
to drink half a bottle of Iron Brew. I'd still punch Piers Morgan.
If there was no witnesses, then
Yeah,
but if there's witnesses,
Yeah.
then that's a lot of
that's a lot of red tape
it's a lot of
for some Iron Brew.
it's a lot of
drinking.
ball like for some Iron Brew.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I'd rather do like the Batman logic, and just find him on his own.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've done that before. Like done the proper when yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that.
You're not even gonna get into that. Nah, it's gone. No, fuck it.
One of those times, like when I knew that somebody was trying it on with my girlfriend because she was very much like very talkative with people, and a lot of guys are dumb. They don't understand
And they
the
take
idea.
it as flirting.
They don't understand the difference.
Yeah.
And he was just an idiot as well.
Yeah.
But also as well, his older brother had got with one of my exes. Like, kind of took one of my ex-girlfriends, not took her off from me, but like we broke up and I wanted to get back with her, and she got with his brother. And then just by pure chance, I found out that they were. She knew the younger brother.
Yeah.
It was like our age.
That's my phone. Don't worry.
She knew the younger brother that was like our age.
Yeah.
And then and then we was at a party, and then I found out that literally on that night, like round the corner, he was like trying to say stuff and that. So then, but it was one of them times where afterwards, when I was talking to the guy, I was like, you know what? Might have gone a little bit far scaring him.
Yeah.
Might have gone a little
Might
bit
have gone
far.
a bit too far.
I mean, I made my point and I didn't touch him, but
But
thinking back now,
regardless-
I might have come across like a bit of a psychopath.
yeah,
It was by design, you know.
yeah.
I didn't want to touch anybody or hurt anyone. I wanted to make my point.
I've been on sort of the opposite end of that at one point, right? Not quite to the same extent, but like, I went to see a band at a place that we went to go to drink at all the time at university. It was a really weird band, but I kind of liked the music in a way that was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. They're doing something different. They're going to
Weird's good.
they're going to find a sound and it'll be different. And I started talking to one of the people watching, and it happens to be a woman. And she happens to be dating one of the guys in the band.
Oh.
So I'm talking to her, and the band guy is sort of apparently getting really pissed off during the night. And he's sort of going, like, oh, well, he's trying to get on my bird. It's like, I'm not trying to get on your bird, dude. I'm just literally talking to someone about the band. Like, you made this music, right? I'm talking to your girlfriend about the music because she knows about you and about where the music came from.
Oh, and you're acknowledging during the conversation that
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all acknowledged. We're just friends here. I know that.
better person than me already.
Yeah. And this is the thing. It gets to the end of the night, and it turns out the guy's been sort of like going, oh yeah, no, he's definitely trying to get on you. He's trying to do this. Like, I'm not trying to get on your girlfriend, man. Like some people, some people are so fucking like defensive about that shit. It's like I know Matilda.
I've been like that though, because like longer relationships, I think you can sometimes get like that.
Yeah.
I got at certain points with the ex, but then at the same time,
The thing
you
is,
kind of learn to deal with it too.
the thing is with me, I know with Matilda.
Not like that, sorry, not that
Yeah,
level. but I just
Matilda's not
clarify.
gonna. Matilda's
That
not
level.
gonna do anything. I know that for a fact. She, if someone keeps trying, she's just gonna go, look, sorry, no, I've got a boyfriend. And if she doesn't, for any reason, then fine. She's not the person I thought I was. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
Doesn't make it any easier on the old noggy sometimes.
no, it doesn't.
like-
It won't do in the end. No,
Me-
but ultimately, that's what it means.
Yeah.
That's what that.
Yeah,
that
that's
means,
ultimately what.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, like, you're not missing out on a grand deal. You still had the joy that you had. You're gonna go through the heartbreak of it all, but that's a different matter. But the
You kinda
fact
have
is,
to go
you've
through
got to
heartbreak.
trust that person to do that. Otherwise, your life is going to be a living fucking hell.
Or you just feign trust, like you just have to. You don't have to
Yeah.
actually have the full trust, but you just don't act on anything. You
you don't
grin
have
and bear
to.
it.
Yeah,
Grin and bear it. That's what you do. That's what they do when they do anal. So it's fair, They grin and bear it. Then you grin and bear it here.
Yeah, but basically, just trust in the person, and if it's proved wrong in the end, well, then fuck them.
And then leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
have to do the last banging.
Yeah.
Emotional relationship advice on Squishy Logic. We do it all, people.
We do it
We teach.
all.
We help. We make communicate. Oh God, sorry, I'm losing my freaking voice. Then
Yeah.
I'm trying to smoke, and I should just not smoke, but I want to smoke.
Yeah. Well,
Wait there, hold on, people.
such is life.
Do you want to know what we're doing today?
I would love to know. Yeah.
This is probably going to... I'm not purposely doing this, but I keep accidentally creating new series of episodes that we're going to have to do.
Oh.
Because I've done it again.
Oh.
Because I forgot how many were there, and that was just in one video, and I forgot there was like 5 different parts of this particular one.
Right.
Had so many things in it that I wasn't aware of at first, and I was like, my God, look at some of the details in this.
Yeah.
Checked it out, I was like, what?
Yeah.
We're going to have a look at some celebrity conspiracies today.
Okay. I
One-
like that.
I'll give you an idea as to why this came to my mind, because one of the few, there's been a lot of random celebrity shit in the news over the last, months and stuff. Like there
Yeah.
always is, but, I'm thinking straight away about P. Diddy.
Yeah.
He's been back in the news
Oh,
again
did you see
lately.
he did an apology
Yeah,
video?
the apology video.
I haven't
it's the
seen that.
Fakest, well, we could put it on.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do one
Well,
of
then,
them.
what I was going to mention about beforehand then, which leads into that.
Yeah.
The video that came out about him with the woman in the hotel, beating the woman up.
Oh.
seen that, ain't ya?
I don't know. Is that
In
new?
the towel? When he's in the towel?
Is that new?
Well, like a week.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll show you
Shit.
that. Then you've missed a
All
few
right,
things then in
yeah.
that case.
New surveillance footage obtained
Okay.
exclusively by CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against
This here.
Jesus.
Homes. The video
No, but that bit alone, though.
Why
you
is
cannot
he...
tell. He's in pink socks.
Yeah.
He's in a towel, and just him running it's like a scene from Getting to the Greek.
So she's trying to get away. Obviously,
She's
and he's
leaving.
sprinting after her.
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
towel.
You see that, but it's just this image here. If you didn't know what it was, would be hilarious. So okay, so that's the funny part.
Yeah.
Out the way.
That's the funny part done.
Oh, yeah, the rest of it's fucking terrible, man.
Oh God.
Like it's terrible.
Yeah.
It'll probably annoy you.
Oh, I'm
First
sure
time
it
I saw
will.
it annoyed the hell out of me. I've been desensitized to it now, though.
Fucking hell. Piece of shit.
Just that wasn't even the security camera that messed up. Then that was this copy for some reason. Like
Throws her on the fucking ground. Kicks her.
kicks her again, I believe, as well, and then drags her off as well. Yeah, stomps her ass.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And that's in a public hotel.
What an absolute piece of shit.
Apparently, after this, what happened was as well. The next day, somebody, went to collect the videotapes
Yeah.
from the hotel and pay them off.
Fucking hell.
But they didn't tell him that they actually gave a copy of the tape to her as well,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons, the only reason we're seeing any of this. But another part of the issue with that, though, it's blatantly there on camera. But the main thing is, people were like, "Oh, well, he's going to get done for that then now. It's gone past statute of limitations," which is so stupid. When
It's
you look at
always
this.
gone past the fucking statute of limitations. That's so annoying.
It does make you think as well, though, why did she wait to bring it out?
Yeah.
But like, obviously, when it comes to like what's the word? Like when people have been manipulating somebody, been grinding them down. That's not Stockholm syndrome, but the basic things you always see, like
Yeah.
in abusive relationships, like they're afraid to leave, etc.
Yeah.
And it's P fucking Diddy. That
He
happens
knows
with
how
normal
to find
guys.
you. He knows how to
Yeah.
get you. Yeah.
Although the bodyguard was saying, like, that his other kid's mum, like his first wife,
Yeah.
she like eventually realised that she actually had a bit more power because she could like scratch him back and stuff, and he'd have to explain stuff to the media, or she could say stuff.
Yeah.
But then she died,
Yeah.
and I still need to find out how she died.
Because it seems suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Diddy's been sort of talked about as being the kind of person who can do, who does
Anything.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon seeing that.
I don't think I
alone,
want to
keep
see any
short-
more of this. I'm sure it just gets worse.
Oh no, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I
I
felt
mean,
too.
even that's fucking horrible.
Yeah. But then you look at that and you look at the apology and the bodyguard as well confirming that 100%. And anybody watching that knows that is not the only time it happened.
Yeah.
And the way it was so blatant and,
Yeah.
the fact he would just run out in a towel like that, like, I'm glad that I can still see that first image there. and still
Like, if
laugh
he's
about
willing
it.
to do that in public, imagine
That's
what the
what
fuck
I'm
he's
saying.
willing to do in,
Yeah. I mean, it's not quite
Because
public
it
as well. 'cause they-
fucking terrifies me.
And then you got this ridiculous. I was so worried that people were gonna watch this and believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the general hip hop like culture people are, but
I mean, there's been people talking about Diddy for a while.
yeah,
There's people who've been quite outspoken about Diddy on occasion. Especially since this stuff came out. Loads of people are like, yeah, that sounds like Diddy.
a lot of people
Yeah,
almost
like-
like confirming it as well without confirming it.
Yeah.
They talk about him having like you've heard about like the idea of him recording stuff in a Jeffrey Epstein kind of way
Yeah.
and controlling people like that.
Yeah.
People in the music industry, etc. I was thought that seemed like maybe a bit too far.
Yeah.
But then his bodyguard was confirming that he always had like a bag of tapes with him,
Fucking
with a
hell.
camera in there, so he could pop them in and watch, etc.
Yeah.
Showed them to people. He never knew what it was. He always assumed it was videos of him doing freaky shit with his girl or whatever, But he's
Yeah.
like, well, maybe now I was wrong.
Yeah.
Right, let's show you this then.
It's going to be so fake.
Mm-hmm.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I made no excuses. My behavior on that.
Rest of the video. Anybody who is saying this kind of stuff shouldn't just be able to reel it off without stumbling over a word.
Yeah,
Be
this
like,
is fucking yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Thinking for a second.
And the
audibly-
pauses seem like they're they're
Acted.
intentional. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean,
everything is acted
the other
about it.
yeah, the other thing is as well. It like with a certain degree of these people, like when it's this fake, and they're admitting to a certain amount of it, that must mean that a whole lot more is true. You know what I mean? Because if they're willing to sort of say, yeah, no, but that was the one time, and it's actually not the one time, and it's actually been a lot worse than that, and it's been, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody could realistically believe it would that would have been the only time.
I can imagine, like, coming out of his mouth at some point after a girlfriend's threatened to leave him, like, I know motherfuckers who can kill you.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. 100%.
100%.
Yeah. And it's whether he followed through with it, but he could if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I reckon so.
Yeah.
That video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace.
Fuck the fuck off. The minute you said that, that's because he's playing on a particular fucking crowd.
I'm so sorry.
Playing on a couple of crowds.
Yeah.
But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
So full.
I mean, I
everything
don't buy it.
I don't buy it at all. I tried to go into it with an open mind as well.
Yeah.
It's hard, but yeah, I just don't buy it at all. Nothing about it. I don't think anyone's really surprised.
No.
P. Diddy done it.
He done did it.
Mm-hmm.
Done did it.
A PVD. Better play along with DTD's intentionally leaked by the feds. What? What do you mean intentionally leaked by the feds? So you can just put it out.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Oh, I don't want about the. I think the one about the.
Oh, have you seen
actual thingy?
I saw a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast with what's his face, that guy there.
PVD.
No, in the bottom right corner. You see the bit where it says.
Oh, Terrence Howards.
Yeah, Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah, that's the one. He says he can turn off gravity.
this is a guy who like
Oh, that's not the one, but yeah.
Yeah, this is a guy who does like one of those comment stuff.
Yeah.
But I watched some of his stuff where he was. I was trying to follow it, man. It was so hard. I might put a bit on for you now, actually,
Yeah.
because I know it was like halfway through the clip, so I can find it a bit easier. Actually, I'll go into history, so I don't have to get up again, because I know I only watched it the other day. He was talking. It was something about why pi is why the square root of 2 or the square root is a lie.
Oh yeah.
That was the start of it, and I really tried to follow it. I really did.
Yeah, it's because he
I
doesn't.
couldn't. My head was hurting at the time, so I wasn't in
Yeah,
full form.
there's a
but
bit where he goes like,
I can
one times one cannot be one because you've taken two things, so it can't be one.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Fucking. Where is it?
There we go.
It's funny,
Fucking hell.
and I know it was quite far in.
This is so
Almost
fucking,
like they purposely put it quite far in so people wouldn't turn off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See.
So I went out there and said, hey, pull out your calculator. I talked about acting for a couple minutes, for 20 minutes, and then I was like...
A couple minutes and then 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In that moment, then it changed.
Yeah.
In that second, it changed.
Yeah.
Look at even wearing a square root of 2 fucking t-shirt. He's got some merch about this and everything.
Yeah, he's full on into this. He
Yeah, he's
believes
deep in.
that maths is wrong and we have to fix maths.
The worst part is I kind of like his clothes right now.
Yeah.
Other than the t-shirt, but I like the jacket.
It's funny to me that he doesn't seem to understand that 1 times 1 is not just you've got 1 and you've got another 1. 1 times 1 is this is 1, the amount of ones you have is 1. That's what
Yeah.
timesing is. 12 times 1. The amount of 12s you have
It's 1.
is 1.
Yeah.
12 times 4. The amount of 12s you
It
have
doesn't work
is
exactly
4,
because then
which
you start
means
doing like 12 times 1 times 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it gets a bit confusing then.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what the principle of timesing is. It's not saying you've got this thing, you're merging it together
Well, I mean,
through some kind of alchemical response
hold on.
to make 1.
Let's not assume. Let him have his say.
Okay.
Let him have his say.
All right.
Maybe I was just, like I said, I was headached up. I was a bit, fevered. My head was
You were
hot.
struggling.
Maybe I just didn't understand.
Maybe we just didn't understand Terrence Howard and his genius.
I mean, I can't speak for you.
This guy could actually make the Tony Stark shit. We don't know.
Maybe that's why they wanted to get rid of him.
Maybe that's it.
I learned about mind control in Conflict Desert Storms. I learned it.
Yeah.
I'll mention that later.
Yeah.
Out your calculator, and I want you to enter the square root of 2 in there, and let's walk through this loop that is the square root of 2. I was like, let's walk
What does it
through
mean
this,
anyway?
where
Like,
the
what-
square
who
root of
cares
2
if it's wrong is
cubed
all?
is the same value as the square root of 2 times 2. And then when you divide it by 2 and cube it again, you get back
That's not true, though, 'cause
you take the square root of 2, 1.414213562373095. You cube it, it's 2.828427121.
What the square root of 2 is 1 times.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
No, what's the square root of 2 then? Because what times itself to get.
Yeah.
2?
I don't.
Oh, maybe is that
What is it
number?
that you
I don't know what
times? Yeah.
calculate
I
with.
don't know.
It seems weird trying to figure out what.
Let's
time-
follow along.
It just seemed like one of those weird things because
Calculator.
I didn't think there was anything that could times by itself to get.
Square
That's-
root
I'm right,
of
isn't it?
2
That's how you get.
is
a square root.
141.
Let's see if you got that
4
perfectly
2
right.
1 3 4 1 3 5
I
6.
bet he did, but let's see.
74. Divide it by 2 and cube it again, you get back to the 3095. You cube it, take the square root of 2, 1.414213562373095.
Okay.
You cube it, it's
You got that.
2.828427121746190. Divide it by 2,
Cube it times 3. 4.2
3095.
4.242640687119.
bit, it's 2.828427121746190. Divide it by 2, it get back
Divided by 2.
It seems like he heard.
2.1213203435559.
to 1.414. Cube it again is back to
Hang on.
2.828.
Cube it again.
I think it's already off what he said though, isn't it?
It's now 6.3639610306788.
He's already off what he's on about, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's already. Let's go back and make sure we didn't miss something.
Divided by
See, that
2,
confused the
back
hell
to
out of me, that still,
1.4,
to be fair.
2.82842, 1.414213562.
Okay, that was the first one, yeah, square root of 2. Go back to that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just leaving it on. Okay, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
2373095. You cube it, it's
Yeah,
2.828.
that was a cube in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
427-121-74-6190. Divided by 2, it get back
That's
to
what he
1.414. Cube it
So
again,
No,
it's back to
yeah, it's changed,
2.828. Divided by 2,
not.
back to
Yeah, was that divided by
1.414.
2?
Here we're
Remember, that wasn't that
making,
number
here
he
we're
said then.
taking 1, 2, 3
It was
big
2 point something
steps.
and he said
Yeah.
he goes back to that 1.4. It's like, he's just wrong then.
Yeah.
He's just he's just got wrong math here.
Apparently.
We're dividing it by 2, and we get back to the same value as we had in the very beginning. That's a
Wait,
loop.
hold on.
That's
hold on.
execute.
If you want an easier way to do that, 2 times 2 is 4, and then divide that by 2, and it's 2. Infinite loop.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I don't know what his point is.
I think that, I don't know. That if you do something and then do the reverse of it, then it create. But doesn't that do that for everything? Like if you times something by 3 and then divide it by 3, it's going to always end up with the same number.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Am I right there?
I think so.
I mean, I
don't-
did good in maths in school.
I don't get what his point is.
Same. Let's see if there's more to it. Because I feel like
Cube
Joe
being
asking
equal
that
to
question.
2x, which is equal to x plus x. That's an in there. We've been living in this lie, this
Hold on,
fostered
okay.
lie for so long. It has that square root of 2 in there. We've been living in this lie, this fostered lie for so long. Because
And what's the solution to that?
the solution is learning how to multiply volumetrically, how the universe multiplies. And I've already produced all of these things.
Could you explain that though to the layperson? How does the universe multiply volumetrically as opposed to the way?
It does not move, does it linearly. It does not walk on. All of our math is based upon a 2-dimensional projection. What they do in calculus, they will reduce the action of all things. They'll keep trying to reduce it down to one moment because they believe Newton's first law that everything moves in a straight
Is he
line.
just saying things?
Or everything is still
It really
until
seems like he's just
acted
saying
upon.
things.
They forget that everything is in motion, and that concert of motion is a necessity. They have to include all the other forces involved.
Is he just having a
in order to
pilot
have
episode
equanimity
with
in their
Merch?
equation.
Yeah, like he seems to be acting like no. If you want to find out what 3 pairs times 6 pairs is, you have to take into account bodily geometrics of the universe as well as the motion of the universe, because otherwise you're not using all the calculus you need.
Does he know what maths is?
I don't know. He keeps on saying they're trying to put it down to a 2-dimensional thing. It's like maths isn't a 2-dimensional thing.
And I'm
dude.
pretty sure a square isn't 2-dimensional.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things we learned.
And the maths is like what they do is they plot out points along a line. Now that line isn't always 2-dimensional. I work on this at work, right? You've got 3-dimensional maps. It's all just data. It's all just numbers. But when you put it together, it creates a map that curves both up and down and left and right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
of course.
That is what we're talking. That's maths. I don't know what he's saying. His maths
I think he's just saying things.
He's just. It's word soup, man.
His word. I think he's having.
He
just
is
having
the
a,
maths version of Deepak Chopra.
I don't know who that is. but-
Deepak Chopra is a man who said that quantum mechanics is. He understood quantum mechanics, and that's what all of spirituality was about. And it's like, no, dude, you don't understand quantum mechanics, because people who are paid to understand quantum mechanics don't understand quantum mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody understands that stuff.
No, because it's beyond our understanding currently.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally beyond it.
We're trying to understand how we don't understand this.
Exactly. Someone just going, no, I figured it out. Like, no, you didn't. No, prove it. Make the maths. No, I don't need to. I figured it out.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like this guy. Exactly the same thing. Prove this thing is the way it is. Show me some of the you're working out and show me how
He's
you.
already done it.
Yeah, I know.
He's already done all these things. I know. You got the merch.
Yeah.
He's having an episode with the merch. It's pretty smart thing to do.
I mean, this is his new thing. I mean, there's so many people who buy into this kind of bullshit. You know what the most recent conspiracy theory is on TikTok?
Not on TikTok. I've heard a few. But
It's fucking amazing.
okay.
Right? You
Go on,
ready?
yeah, go on.
You might already know this one. The eclipse, not real, right? The sun has been replaced. I know. There's people doing videos.
By who?
Like, I know, by the government apparently.
Oh yeah, well, that's
yeah,
powerful.
the government
Yeah.
waited for the eclipse so they could replace the sun
Yeah.
with something more dangerous and deadly because they're trying to mutate us.
It'd be so easy to like block our view if they really wanted to as well.
Yeah, and these
Or putting
people
a
are-
sheet a bit further away.
Yeah,
Closer.
people are going like,
No.
"Oh no, the sun
Oh, God.
feels different." It's like, yeah, the sun feels different. You know why the sun feels
'Cause
different?
it's fucking spring.
No, not even just because it's spring or summer.
That's part
Because
of it.
also the sun is at its most active point it has been in about 10 years. Yeah, you're feeling it, motherfuckers. There's solar flares happening.
What exactly are you supposed to be feeling though?
It's just a bit more intense.
Ah.
And there's a quite a substantially increased amount of radiation out there. Like, solar flares are up and coming at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean, what kind of radiation are we talking? The kind that's going to give me more lumps on my balls.
Oh, pure blown across the spectrum. It's alpha, beta, gamma radiation, the lot.
Oh, what the hell is there nobody giving me a lead helmet?
Because the Earth's magnetosphere, or the magnetic field that's created by
No, the Earth's magnetosphere.
the Earth's magnetosphere
Yeah,
is-
X-Men.
actually extends Da-da-da-da-da.
Diddy. What are you doing then?
Ow. I don't know.
See, that was karma then.
Yeah.
That was karma getting you because you did the end of the song wrong.
It's not the end of the song. There's multiple bits.
I was
that-
doing the
yeah,
end of the
right,
song,
so,
sorry.
so-
You joined in.
Yeah.
You joined in.
That's right.
Which is fine.
That's right.
But make
The
sure you
microphone
know where
knew.
you are.
The microphone punished me because
yeah,
it knew.
It got you. Hello? What'd you say? Oh, the police are here. Oh, okay. I'm sure they're... Oh, God, I'm finally going to get rid of the people down the road. That'd be cool.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like people down there that are like...
Oh, hang on. What was that?
What? She'll keep us acknowledged. She'll keep an eye on them.
Okay. She'll keep us updated.
She'll keep us updated. They wouldn't be coming here, don't worry.
No.
No, you got like crackheads to the north of us.
Yeah.
Crackheads just behind. Here we are, stuck
Stuck
in the middle of
with
them.
them.
Literally, I walked back the other day and they were having a piss outside the front.
Oh, shit.
Crack Sparrow.
Oh, yeah.
He was having a piss at that the stairs.
Yeah.
And normally I'm like pretty either I can't be bothered to bother with him, just ignore him, or I'm friendly with him. That time I was annoyed, man. I was like, what the fuck are you doing outside
Why are you
my house?
pissing?
Yeah. And he said something about the thing, you're not worried that my toilet's not working. I was like, oh, your eye's working. You got a wall over there, pissed by your own house.
Pissed by your own damn house, dude.
Oh, God. And then he tried to ask me for something. Because I'm not going to do a damn thing.
I
We're
bet
talking
he-
to you right now. You're pissing.
I bet he'd understand Terrence Howard.
Oh, he'd fucking understand, yeah.
Yeah.
He can hardly understand gravity in action.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he totally. I don't know what the fuck this guy's on about.
No, it's
Other theories as well.
incomprehensible maths.
I
It
don't know
doesn't work.
I don't know what other theories there are. I'm kind of scared to know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I want to find out. Do you want to find out?
There's these TikTok videos, before I forget.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There's literally people taking video recordings of the sun going, it feels different. And there's other people taking video recordings of cows getting into the shade and being like, why are they doing that? Why? It's just the sun, but they know something we don't. Yeah.
They never did that before.
Yeah, they never got in the shade.
Never.
Cows never get in the shade. They hate shade.
What if we replace the sun with extreme
And meanwhile, this
space
guy's
oceans?
fucking probably in the middle of Texas and summer. Like, yeah, dude, the cows are getting in the shade.
See, at least he's on YouTube are talking about should we replace it, which is still dumb.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, the sun replace. Here you go. Oh, this looks like it might be.
Oh no, some replaced with other stars.
This
That's
is what
just
stars
changing
would
it,
look
the
like
side
if they were
comparison.
replaced with our sun. So here's the sun. It looks normal. I mean, we see it every single day. Unless you're in the UK, we rarely see it.
This
yeah.
bastard. She's right, though. She's right, we don't.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, is this what you want about here?
Yeah.
In 2025, the Earth may be hit with a solar storm
time to
so
get here.
extreme that it would
Yeah.
be harder for us to recover from than the top 10 natural disasters combined. 1859 was the last time that the Earth was hit by a solar superstorm called the Carrington event, and it was so intense that auroras could be seen as far south as Hawaii. Every 11 years, there is
This is
a
what we're
higher
going through at
amount
the
of
moment.
We
sunspots.
are
These
seeing
spots
it,
are
we did
caused by a
recently
larger
actually see
concentration of these
aurora
bands
reality.
that you see here,
Yeah.
which are the sun's
Weird.
magnetic
It's
field.
because it's a
When
lot
those
more
bands
active. Pause
snap,
it for a sec.
it produces
So
a
the
solar
aurora
flare. In
borealis is
2012,
literally the reaction.
Borealis.
Yeah.
Yeah, posh bastard.
It is the reaction.
Borealis, I will tell you.
I'll tell you what.
that.
I'll tell you what. I'll make it more posh.
Go on.
Right. The aurora borealis is the Earth's the magnetosphere reaction to solar flares.
No, sorry, X-Men is not posh. I mean, he is the poshest of the X. Well, the
Yeah.
second poshest of the X-Men.
Second poshest.
I think
yeah.
Charles would be posh. There.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But regardless, that's the point, right? So that motherfucker, right, is literally blocking so much solar radiation that it is creating a light show, a visible light show. All of that shit that's being stopped and pretty lights. If that hit you, it would fucking kill you.
Well, most isn't it? I mean, anything you see in the sky, if it hits you, I feel like it would kill me. in
Oh
the
yeah,
end.
yeah, but normally light's pretty good. Like you're not gonna die from like normal light. But that shit isn't normal light.
Fire doesn't kill
That
you.
is gamma radiation, that is beta radiation,
fire.
alpha radiation.
Uber fire.
It's coming down on top of us because that sun is firing out enormous fucking like loops of flame.
Yeah, I like how they're loops. I noticed them there. They're cool.
You know how that's happening?
No, and I'd like to know that.
So basically, what happens is it all builds up in a big sun like spot.
Wibbly
build.
wobbly bong.
Yeah, so you've got
Bonk.
sunspots and then you've got like eruptions as well. So sunspots are bits where it's cooler and eruptions are stuff where it's sort of all built up underneath, kind of like a volcano would on Earth, and it fires out of the sun at an enormously fast rate, almost like the speed
and it's
of
like
light.
going up almost like
Yeah,
gravity and looping back down.
the sun's own pull is so fast,
Yeah.
so strong, it just pulls
Pulls
the
it back.
motherfucker back down.
But still, the radiation will still go.
Yeah.
They can't pull
Because the radiation is not. Yeah, it's not really. The only thing that would be able to pull radiation like light
Black
and
hole.
things like that, black hole.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have mass, does it, like radiation? Per
No,
se, like
no, it's a
particles.
it's a
and they
particle.
go
Yeah.
rays,
So you know how gamma radiation actually fucks stuff up. I think I've told.
yeah,
this
you
at
told me
one
that
point,
it's like
yeah.
essentially like stabbing through it, isn't it?
It's not even stabbing through it.
Or like phasing through it.
It teleports through it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It goes through like we
Yeah.
pretty sure it goes through different dimensions to get out the other side. It sort of disappears, reappears, disappears, reappears, disappears,
It
reappears.
isn't essentially going through you and like stabbing something as it goes through you.
Yeah,
though.
so-
remember that being the kind of way to explain it that we kind of decided
Yeah,
on.
so gamma radiation is incredibly, incredibly small because it is just essentially a particle,
Yeah.
right? And so, like,
getting stabbed
there's a
with the tiniest
background
needle
radiation
right through.
of gamma radiation everywhere we go. The entire Earth is bathed in a certain degree of radiation.
Yeah, of course.
So, like, the gamma radiation will normally pass through your body, and even though it's going through all the different cells, the chance of it actually hitting a cell and ripping off a piece of DNA and making it cancerous or, changing the way it works is very, very unlikely. But, of course, the more you increase the amount of gamma radiation that's there, the more likely that is to happen. When you go up to sort of, Chernobyl level, where every single ounce of space, is gamma radiation.
Yeah.
So
Like a blast of
every
it,
single
every
part of your body is getting hit by it. At that point, you cannot survive that. It's going to kill you.
Or 0.05% will turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Of course.
That's just science.
That's just science. We all know that. But that's what the solar shit is happening at the moment. That's why people are yes, the sun is a bit different. The sun is more aggressive.
Definitely couldn't be science, though.
Yeah, but it is science.
Even though the amount of science that would be actually needed to replace the fucking sun.
Yeah.
Definitely couldn't be the simpler.
No, yeah. Replacing a sun's way easier than it just being hotter.
This government, they can't keep a council in business.
Yeah.
Can't stop a council from
Yeah,
going bankrupt. You can definitely do that.
We can definitely make a sun, don't you worry. Do you know at one
You've got a
point?
president that can't keep himself awake, but he can do that.
At one point, someone genuinely made not what is it? Not a poll. One of the things where
somebody did make a poll at one point.
Yeah, the thing where you send it to someone and it's like, these are what we'd like you to do. What is it? A petition.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, someone did a petition to the American government to be like, okay, we need to build a Death Star. and the American government actually, after it got like enough like support, genuinely came back to them and said, look, okay, we'd love to build a Death Star. Problem with building a Death Star is it is going to cost $8 octillion. We don't really have that right now in the funding.
Well, mate, if they put it forward and it gets on there, they have to do it, innit?
But I think they also put a thing in there about it, like also being, and also being how difficult it is to come across kyber crystals. We're not sure we'll be able to complete the project.
Like they would try to,
I love that shit, man. I love that shit. I love when governments play along occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though, at least in America, if somebody gets enough things, actually goes in and they're smart enough. But one time I'll say America's smart enough, they're smart enough to actually tell their committee people, the people that run the country,
Yeah.
to actually come to work.
Yeah.
Maybe
Surprising,
come to work. Yeah. With ours, it's like something gets into the gets enough signatures and goes into the being read out for the MPs and all that.
Yeah.
Most of them aren't there.
No.
Fuck it. Why would they come to work?
Yeah.
It's not like they're running the country.
Oh no, I only turn up
Fucking
to the
idiots.
things I want to vote on that are important to me and my constituency.
It should be if you're not there, you're voting aye for it.
I don't think it should even be that. I
Or
think
whatever
if
you disagree
There should
with.
be a certain degree of non-attendance. If you're not there for this many times, you lose your seat. You're not representing your fucking constituency. You're not doing your job.
Have you heard who the person that everybody's saying is most likely going to be the next Prime Minister, Keir Starmer?
Oh yeah.
Have you heard? I probably should have said this the other way around, but have you heard who was apparently sending him 215 emails?
No.
Good old baby reindeer herself,
Oh no.
Fiona Harvey.
Oh wow. Yeah, the thing about Keir Starmer, I was talking to a friend, and it's something that sort of came up again recently. I was like, the thing about Keir Starmer is he's
The
got
racism.
that. The thing about Keir Starmer is he's got that kind of feeling you get with someone where they would go to a barbecue and they would complain that the sausage rolls were too spicy.
He does look extremely white. I'll give you that. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I don't know.
Is that
you also-
black pepper? Oh my god, that's a bit much, really.
He also feels like I don't know Keir Starmer that well anyway though, but a lot of people that are that white though.
Watch a Keir Starmer video, you'll see how banging of a fucking.
Oh, I know the voice in that.
yeah.
But he also seems like he would be one of those people to be. Well, I don't know if he would seem like it, but normally people that are white enough to be bothered that much would also be too polite to say anything.
Yeah.
Keep
No, he
eating
wouldn't
it.
say it to the person who actually put it on. He was, oh, lovely day. And then if his wife talks to him and says, "You're right, Keir," and he's like, the sausage rolls are very spicy.
I didn't know they were Jamaican.
Oh God. Oh dear.
I'm just looking forward to a new government getting in power. But of course, when I'm on Switch Radio, I have no opinion whatsoever
Yeah.
about governments,
Yeah.
about parties or anything.
Yeah. Why bother anymore?
I'm not going to risk going to fucking jail.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, that is. I mean, but the fucking media's gone crazy. Or whoever made those rules, y'all all gone crazy. Ofcom, I suppose that's exactly who it is. Y'all gone fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Telling that people can't give out their opinion.
Yeah.
What the fucking totalitarian world are we living in?
Or was this about GB
Ridiculous.
News, was it? Or was this
No,
different?
this is me.
Oh, this is you.
Us, Switch
Oh, yeah,
Radio.
no, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that
yeah.
entirely. Shit, yeah.
Craziness, man. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
That's... Ugh.
GB News have been told that they're on the naughty list from Ofcom because they keep sort of supporting right-wing people and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, that's GB News. That's what they're kind of there for.
Yeah, they're not like...
They're not hiding it.
Yeah, they're a independent channel. They can do what they want, can't they?
You'd think, but
It's
apparently no.
ITV, it's
Ofcom
independent
is saying,
TV.
oh no, you're not giving enough support to the other side. You've got to have other people
Yeah,
on.
because you're supposed to have it like... Yeah, the people... You should have to deal with people on. If you've got
Yeah, but
that
the
much
thing
of a
is, the problem with
platform-
that is that you end up with the Fox News version of it, where they get a really good version of the person
Yeah.
that they want to
Yeah,
talk about it,
yeah.
and an absolute fucking dumb cop for the
Yeah,
other
I see
one.
what you're saying.
You
But
know
then
what I
you
mean?
could
The
probably
amount of
still
times
get-
you watch a Fox
Yeah.
News thing, and it's
I
like,
don't know. I don't watch
even
them.
I'd agree with the fucking Republicans after dealing with that moron. Like, for fuck's sake.
I mean, that was one thing I was have with Piers Morgan. He just seemed to, I don't know some of these people anyway, but he just seemed to, from what everybody says, have pretty even people from each side on.
Yeah.
And I know because some of the people he has on I fucking hate.
Well, I find it's usually a good sign if both sides say, "Oh well, they're politically leaning to the other side." It's usually a good sign that they're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, if everyone's saying, "Oh, they're definitely left wing, they're definitely right wing," that's probably a sign that they're fucking off kilter. You know?
There was some kind of thing, wasn't there, against Israel that they've broken more like humanitarian laws or something. There's something about it.
I'm sure they have. Yeah.
But it's been like officially said by the people that it matters by.
Oh right.
And like,
Did you see the Iranian fucking president?
I know you
yeah,
told me,
yeah,
and he's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
been confirmed as dead now.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
dead now. Yeah, they held a fucking moment of silence in the UN for a man who's called the Butcher of Tehran.
Yeah, that was just a
The
little bit though, wasn't
Butcher of Tehran.
it? Is he in the UN? then? Is Iran a part of the UN?
I don't know.
I think
Might
they
be.
are.
There must be.
So it's just probably why they had to
Yeah.
instead of.
But fuck me. Like,
I mean, what the hell
fucking
name do they have for everybody else in there for whoever's in charge of Britain? Or sorry, more
I suppose a moment
America.
of silence isn't necessarily like inherently respectful because it's like you think of the person and the things that they did through their life. So if they're a cunt, I suppose it's sort of.
And you don't have to like someone or anything anyway to respect the idea of death. I don't know what. Yeah, I'm trying. I suppose you're right. More so in this situation. A moment
Oh,
of silence.
apparently as well. If we want the videos to do better, we've got to either bleep or stop using cunt.
I mean, that's not a word I use anyway.
I use it quite a lot.
I don't. I never use that word.
I use it
I've
surprisingly
never been against
often.
it.
Yeah.
But it's not been
Yeah.
part of my vocabulary ever
Oh,
really.
no, I always say that.
I think I've probably been around women too much and I'd get slapped too much.
Oh no, I disagree with that entirely. I've had women around me who've been like, I don't like it when people say that. It's like, can you call someone a cock? Can you call them a dick? Can you call them a knob?
Yeah, but
Can
it
you call
doesn't
them a
mean-
penis?
Yeah, but it doesn't change the argument.
It does.
No, but it doesn't though. You're a
It
guy.
does.
You're a
It-
guy. You can never win.
It does.
You're in a relationship.
I
You know this.
No, I've
You're in a
won.
relationship.
I've
you
won
know
with
you
this
can't
one
win.
so many times. It's like, do you want to have the equality or not? If you can call someone a cock, you can call them a cunt. It is as simple as that. And I don't ever use cunt on just women. That's the thing the
at that
Americans have
point
got
that-
wrong, because the Americans think of cunt as like the extension of bitch. They think of it as like, that woman's a bitch, that woman's a cunt. But they only ever use
A
it
guy
on
can
women.
be a bitch.
And a guy can be a cunt.
Yeah.
That's why it's
They're a
fair
lady
game.
bitch.
Because they're a
No, 'cause
cunt.
they're a lady guy.
Yeah, and sometimes they're a cunt.
Yeah.
But a cunt is a different thing. A cunt's
It
a
all
cunt.
just means like
A cunt's
you're a negative.
A cunt is a fucker on steroids. You know what I mean?
It all just means I'm saying something negative to you right now.
It does, yeah.
That's all it ever means.
But that's what
the
cunt.
idea of language is so weird to
That's
me.
what
how
cunt
people
does
get-
for me as a word. It is the ultimate. You utter
You're
cunt.
literally just saying we need to use it less.
Yeah. You're gonna have to do a lot of bleeping.
Well, that's not going to happen. though, is it? We know that's not going to happen.
You can cut this bit out and put it as a separate video, and people can go and watch it if they click on the link. And because there's going to be a lot of cunt
It's a
talk.
really like. Do you really think that like whatever? I mean, they might use AI now for all we know. They could like. Do you really think they would scrub every video to look for the word cunt?
Probably.
The whole video.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, YouTube?
No,
Fucking cunts, all
because
of them.
apparently it happened to
Bunch of cunts.
Angry Joe's show. Because one of them used the word cunt. Angry Joe is a YouTube game reviewer.
Oh, okay.
And like one of them used the word cunt in the video, and it was immediately fucking like dump.
Was that
everything.
but for higher viewed videos already, that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Surely when
You're less
when it
likely to
was-
get into the algorithm, but honestly, if
when
you're
it
with
was
us at this
flagged
point,
up-
you're probably okay with me saying cunt.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, when they got flagged up, though, I'd like
Yeah.
to know how many views they had at that point. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because that would make a difference to me.
Yeah, they had a lot of views at that, but they're
Yeah.
quite a big chunk. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's an okay problem to have. I'm okay with getting the views and then being like, you're not getting money for it. I was like,
No, that's
cool.
all right, motherfucker. I'll take it.
Don't expect to anyway.
I'll take it, motherfucker.
We entertain you for free, and we like it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want the money.
No, because we are better than that. We're artists.
And really good liars.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can be a great liar. too,
We
I just don't
is
like lying.
experts.
I'm a damn good liar. I'm a damn good liar. I just don't like lying.
No.
Lying is just
I don't-
acting
yeah.
to me, and I consider myself to be able to act.
That's genuinely Robert Downey Jr.'s thing.
What?
Robert Downey Jr. said, "I'm not an actor. I'm just a really good liar."
Well, that's interesting to
Yeah.
know. I didn't know he had
Yeah.
somebody else actually had that
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
It's
I
basically what it
think
is.
it's the same thing. And like, I don't like lying. I don't lie when it's unnecessary. I don't see the point.
It's just, I mean, even for a selfish one for you, just effort anyway.
Yeah, because
Trying
you got to
keep it all
remember that
together.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get to a point, which I know you was talking about getting to, like, where you get to that point of just not caring, you
Yeah.
don't need to lie.
No.
Because
You just like, well,
you
I'm
only
doing
need to
that.
lie to yourself in that case.
Yeah, I'm
if
just
you really
doing
don't
this.
care.
It's fine.
Yeah. You get that moment of, like, just inner peace.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I know some people, like, gets opened up more with, like, your what is this? Your hallucinogenic drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
So similar kind of thing, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause I was watching somebody going through an ayahuasca trip recently, and the thing they were saying, and talking about other people as well, they were saying they lost like all idea of an
A
ego.
sense of self and ego, yeah.
Yeah, lost the idea of like understanding that everything is kind of fucking bullshit. Really,
Everything's
when it comes
random
down
and
to it. Why
light.
give a shit.
That's one of my favourite
and
fucking...
this kind like nothing really matters. So just do what you want to do and just chill.
Yeah. One of my favourite quotes from Starship Troopers, I know it's a weird one.
That's a great film.
Yeah, is the bit where they
great.
go, it's just random and light. Yeah.
What?
They're going down to the planet and they're saying that the bug blue stuff is just random and light. It's not going to affect you. And then it just like tears through one of the ships and it flies down immediately. I always thought of that as a fucking metaphor for life.
Oh, I see.
It's just random and light, and then it isn't.
You only have real control in life when you accept you have no control.
Absolutely, yeah. That's one of the reasons why, again, it starts being fun to bomb if you know how to do it when you're on stage.
That was one of the things I did get early, being able to enjoy bombing.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is. And you never really bomb after the beginning. You never get 0 laughs the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you can do still. It depends on the situation.
I haven't had that happen since the beginning.
No. I've always got something, but
Yeah.
I imagine it must be possible still.
Oh, it must be possible if you just abandon all of your set, I imagine, and just try and do really weird things.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was at a gig and someone was doing a load of comedy, quote unquote?
Oh, that's weird.
But she was doing fucking setups with no punchline.
Yeah, I swear I've heard about this recently.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was-
thought it was in like on purpose or something.
No.
Like a funny way.
No, no. She
Yeah.
literally just went, oh yeah, I was on Facebook recently. That's a crazy place.
I can't help but laugh.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, it's like when
I
you...
don't believe. I don't
Yeah.
think she knew what she was doing. She's a fucking genius.
It would have been funny if she'd held it for that long, but she didn't. She just kept going on to the next one,
That kills it a bit. Yeah, you need to hold it.
Yeah, you need
I'd
to hold
love.
it.
I might try and do that one time. That would be fun to try. And do.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot.
The
That'd be worth
non-jokes. The
That'd
non-jokes.
be so worth going to the
yeah.
bush for, like,
Yeah.
even just getting a 5-minute set
Yeah.
would probably be best for that too.
Anyone here tried that new tropical Lucozade? Yeah, that's blue.
No, even that's too much.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah. Anyone tried that new Lucozade?
It's blue.
Yeah. Just fucking hold it until you get the laugh. And don't fucking let them get
I could
away
do
with
it
that.
with
Yeah.
that voice. I just staring like.
Yeah.
That's the level you got to try and keep yourself relaxed to go up.
Yeah.
And that's like the kind
You've
of
got
level I like to get to.
The thing is, what you're doing at that point, and I've done it on occasion, is like you're transferring the squirm back onto the
Yeah,
audience.
totally. Yeah,
Because like
you got to keep making eye contact with.
if
each
you
of them as well.
start squirming, then they're gonna sort of make you crumble. But if you're standing there as this impenetrable block, they're just gonna go, "What's that? Doesn't make sense."
when your eyes go around slowly, like every now and then, look at someone in the eyes. Every time you move, don't keep doing it really quick. But when you
if
do,
someone
look
gives
at
you
someone,
any kind of reaction, you give them a little nod, like
yeah, you're right.
That's a bit of a Norm Macdonald kind of vibe. I do like that. That's pretty good.
Norm's fucking great, man. Norm's the shit, or was the shit.
Really was the shit, man.
Yeah,
he had a
he's
whole different vibe.
He was far too underrated.
Yeah.
But apparently it was because he was ill a lot too. So
yeah.
Even when he was younger, though, he was underrated, and he was like, I think that was because he was a gambling addict at one point.
Oh, he was everything addict.
Yeah,
over the time.
Don't know about everything.
There was at one point, I think there was a
No,
there
but
was
a big fan of sex apparently.
Yeah, no, there was. I think there was a. It was
lying
either,
on women.
It was either
So on top of them.
It was either Joe Rogan or
He wasn't on, he
Andrew
hasn't been on Joe
Santino. I can't
Rogan.
remember who it was. I think it was Joe Rogan, but he was talking about him at one point, and he was
The
like,
plane?
the plane,
The plane,
yeah. The bit where he's like, I've given up cigarettes, and then forget literally like just chain smoke cigarettes the entire fucking.
No, it wasn't that. It was they were on the plane and he's talking the whole time about how he hasn't that he hadn't had smoked a cigarette or something and said it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
And then as soon as they walked out off the plane, he went straight into the shop and walked out with some cigarettes.
Yeah.
He was like, all that time I was thinking about cigarettes. I really want one. And he's like, he hadn't even waited until they got out of the doors before he'd already lit it up. He was that desperate for it.
Fucking crazy, innit? I mean,
he was great, man. Like some of the story, just watching him on Conan, like that's like that, like you were saying, like that, those kind of things where he would take forever to say a joke that just never got to a punchline. And when he did, it was just fucking terrible. Sounded like a joke from the 50s or something.
Do you ever see his impression of Bert Reynolds?
Oh, on SNL.
Yeah. Which is it's not Burt Reynolds, but for some reason it gives off the exact vibe and feel of Burt Reynolds, and I don't know what it is.
But it's still completely just Norm.
It's still just Norm, basically.
Yeah, without a doubt, my favourite comic.
Yeah.
And did you see? Because at one point Jimmy Carr was my favourite comic.
Yeah.
Not so much now, but it's just because this is not the kind of comedy I guess that I want to do, which is why I've gone away from him a lot.
Yeah.
But I still appreciate his fucking memory.
That's the thing, because like, it's weird for me. It's a bit of a different thing, because like one of the reasons why I like Ari Shaffir so much, and one of the reasons why I like Chris D'Elia so much, is they do types of comedy that I don't think I would do necessarily.
Yeah.
Maybe less so Ari Shaffir. I've tried to do a bit more like that, but like Chris D'Elia especially, he does a type of comedy that I wouldn't like think of doing, if you know.
I don't
what
even
mean.
know what he really does, to be fair.
He does this like bravado type comedy. It's very similar to like to
what he does when he's on podcast.
Yeah, to like Brian Callen as well. It's a similar kind of thing of like, dude, the energy I put out, dude.
At the same time, I think that's more me as well.
Yeah,
in many ways.
Yeah,
I have more of a bravado style than.
I mean, that was laid down originally by people like Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, that's
you know,
a bit of,
and a little bit as well. People like Kinison, Sam Kinison.
Oh, the little crazy guy.
Ow!
Yeah.
Ow!
Fully reminds me of my old singer. He does.
Yeah.
Completely. Even though he's like half his age.
Yeah.
My singer obviously not. That'd be fucking. I mean, I had like a fucking geriatric. Yeah. I should give you some of these conspiracy theories actually.
Yeah.
Because we've already been going for over an hour. And I didn't feel
shit.
like it.
Fuck, it didn't. No.
So let's get some into you. I won't get to do them. Well, I've only got 3 on here anyway, but there was 4 originally, but then I wasn't too into like 2 of them. So I'll give you some abbreviated versions of them.
Right.
If I can ever get onto it anyway. I'm on the wrong fucking bit. Bear with me.
Oof. You're being bad-wit.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually get to finish what I wanted to say about Jimmy Carr though. Did you see him on 2 Bears, 1 Cave?
No,
after the Tom Brady roast.
No, I did see him on something else though. What was it?
He's been on Conan lately. He was on Joe Rogan not that long ago.
He was on WTF podcast. I listened to him on that.
Was that Mark?
I think he might have also been on Andrew Santino. I don't know if he's been on Andrew Santino yet.
I never watched Andrew Santino as well. I realised this. I only ever watched him with Bobby Lee. I like him and all, but I just like him a lot more with Bobby Lee. I just like Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee, I don't even know why I like him that much, to be fair. I don't even think I'd like his comedy. I just like him.
Yeah.
I think
that's fine.
I'd love to talk to him. I'd love to be Andrew Santino. Having a podcast with Bobby Lee must be the most annoying thing ever, but the most fun thing ever.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be fucking annoying, but then he'd come and you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to be annoyed at him.
Yeah.
How could you be annoyed at Bobby Lee?
Yeah, it's
unless
Bobby
you
Lee.
are with Shafir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have a soul though. So.
No.
Okay then. So celebrity conspiracies. Just a little honourable mention, because I started writing this down, the one of them, and I thought, this was probably one in of its own.
Yeah.
And I needed to kind of get my head around certain parts too, because it was confusing me. But the whole Astroworld thing, and do you know Astroworld, the Travis Scott music festival, where like bunch of people got killed because of the
Oh
squashing
shit!
and all that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of satanic stuff behind a lot of the stuff, and the videos of him like doing these weird noises while it was all going on. It's kind of weird looking. And like the reports of people talking about a portal that came up over them,
What?
and all these videos being scrubbed off the internet since.
What?
EMT saying
No.
EMT saying at least 30 people died on the night,
What?
even though it's only been reported since attended. A load of fucking weird ass shit, man. And so many people saying that while watching it, they felt like they were going a bit, like they were getting like weird anxiety feeling, like, and there was this weird hum that was being played in the whole morning of the actual, when everybody was coming in the whole time, which is supposed to be like one of those noises to make people feel more downtrodden, hopelessness.
Yeah.
It was a way of apparently a satanic thing.
What the fuck?
Not saying I believe it, but it was just very interesting. It was like, you know what, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Weird ass shit, man.
That's fucking weird, dude.
And then you listen to like, they show like clips of like him doing interviews beforehand and stuff, and he's all like, oh, I'm all about that blood, man. The blood from the people. I want that blood. You're like, what the fuck?
Fucking hell. Alright.
He's a weirdo, man.
Yeah.
A weirdo. Well, maybe what happened to the tenable bodies, I don't know.
Maybe don't.
Maybe I do.
Yeah.
But I know what happened to one body, but I don't know who did it. Well, I know what happened to two bodies, sorry. But do we know who did it? I don't know. You don't know. Let's ask ourselves, did OJ actually do it?
Yeah.
The end of the podcast, people. Thank you. Well, let's just say, maybe not.
Alright.
There's actually, you're not aware of a conspiracy theory out there?
No.
Of maybe he didn't do it?
No.
No, it's actually quite interesting. I remember hearing this before and then forgetting some of the details.
Right. So run me through the theory.
I remember well, no, this is a different bit actually. Okay, yeah, here we go. It's come through in a weird way, so I'm just going to not all the spaces are there, so I'm just figuring it out a bit. Okay. Maybe OJ actually took the rap for his son, Jason. Do you know Jason?
No.
Okay. There are some legitimate pieces of evidence that actually point to Jason as the killer.
Okay.
Quick recap. 1992, famous American footballer and movie star OJ Simpson and his wife Nicole got divorced. The two, however, were still very close after they divorced. They would go on holidays together with the family.
Yeah.
They'd be seen having dates together and stuff too.
Right.
I think they were just banging, to be fair, at the very least.
Mm.
On June 12, 1994, 2 years later, Nicole was found brutally murdered alongside her friend Ron Goldman at her home.
Yeah.
Both had been stabbed repeatedly, and Nicole's head had been attacked to the point that it was almost decapitated.
Jesus.
Which I didn't realise it was quite that brutal. Police quickly arrested OJ, and he would become very
Suspect
quickly
number one.
suspect
Yeah.
number one. For obvious reasons. Partner, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jason Simpson.
Right.
Let's find out about
Let's have a little bit of background.
Yeah, because why would we think it's Jason?
Yeah.
And not OJ?
Sweet little Jason.
Sweet, not so little Jason. Not so sweet at all. Scary Jason. Maybe this is where the name...
Is he more of a Jason Voorhees type guy? Yeah.
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 Definitely more Jason Voorhees than Homer Simpson.
Yeah. Cool.
100%.
Yeah.
So he had a difficult childhood. And when he was 7, his father OJ started dating Nicole while still married to his mom. However, 2 years later they would divorce. So Nicole is his stepmom.
Right.
Clarify. OJ married Nicole and had 2 more children with her, and he felt abandoned the whole time. Which made it worse was that a couple of months after his parents divorced, OJ and his mom, Jason's younger sister Erin drowned in the pool while they were playing unattended.
What the fuck?
She drowned. I mean, she drowned. I don't think, that's just all we know. I'm not saying he did it.
Yeah, but fuck.
She drowned.
That's
while
fucked.
they were on their own.
Yeah.
That's all that we really know about that. That's all I could bother to read into, to research into.
Yeah.
That happened.
That's fucked.
So, number 1.
Immediately creepy.
By the age of 14, he had substance abuse issues.
That's not good.
Substance abuse issues, almost like he was dealing with something.
Yeah.
By summer 1984, Jason had been arrested 4 times, twice for a DUI, once for driving under the suspended license, I'm assuming for new DUI.
Yeah.
And then one for assault with a deadly weapon.
Fucking hell, what?
Yeah. Jason had attacked his girlfriend, severely injuring her with a knife, similar to how his stepmom was killed. Similar knife too.
What the fuck?
Similar wounds and all that. Because they never actually, I didn't know this, they never actually found a murder weapon. I never realised that.
That's fucked.
But we'll get to that later. In fact, at the time the stepmom was killed, he was on probation for having attacked his boss with a knife.
Fucking hell, this is getting a bit...
Getting a bit weird already?
Yeah, man.
But everybody straight away is like, it's OJ. It's gotta be OJ.
That's crazy, though.
There's going to be even more in here that you didn't know about because I had no clue about myself.
Yeah. I didn't even know his name. I didn't know he was a part of this at all.
Well, just that he was... I didn't really know about OJ's family full stop, to be fair. Never really thought about it.
I mean, if the glove don't fit, was his hand smaller than his dad's?
Normally are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sons.
Yeah. If they're younger, yeah.
Yeah. Where did we get to then? Okay. In fact, I just said that. He was on probation for having attacked his boss with a knife when she was killed. He was diagnosed with intermittent explosive disorder.
Oh God, that doesn't sound good.
Which means he would have random episodes of aggressive outbursts resulting in, this is the official description, he would have random episodes of aggressive outbursts resulting in either destruction of property or physical assault on others. It was known more commonly at the time as Jekyll and Hyde syndrome.
Fucking hell.
But how it came out for him was that during the episodes he would black out, hear voices and go into violent fits of rage.
I mean, why the fuck wasn't this guy suspect number 1? Or at least number 2?
Because OJ.
Jesus Christ. Were they that blind to it?
OJ.
I kind of think this is 100% true now.
He was prescribed Depicot to mitigate his rage episodes and seizures. He had stopped taking this medication, however, in the months leading up to the murders.
Fucking hell.
He kept a diary of manic and violent thoughts where he would describe himself with 3 different personalities. 2 were angry and violent. The other was nicknamed the good guy, and that good guy was losing control. Forward to June 12, 1994, the night of the murders.
Yeah.
Nicole Simpson has reservations at the restaurant that Jason was working at, but she changed plans and didn't tell Jason or the restaurant, which, from everybody in the restaurant that he worked in, reportedly sent him into a fit of rage. There were fingerprints at the scene of the crime that didn't match OJ or the victims.
Right. And they didn't think for 1 second to test anyone else's.
Well, what makes it even worse is there was also DNA underneath Nicole's fingernails, and both of these they could tell wasn't OJ's, but was close enough that it was probably a member of his family.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But it was OJ. And did you know Ron Goldman, the guy who was killed, was a third degree black belt?
Really?
Yeah. He was a 3rd degree black belt.
Jesus.
Just to clarify, OJ is not.
No.
And I don't know how much of a bitch he is, I don't know. His hands, though, were so bruised and battered from defensive wounds, not cuts, so it seems as though he must have got the knife or dropped the knife, had a fight for a while, maybe he'd got him a few times, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was having, from his wounds on his hands, his defensive wounds, it's obvious he'd been having a fight for, they reckoned, the police around 10 minutes.
Jesus.
So a proper long thing, but you can't really know that time.
Yeah.
It could have been just super full on for 5 or 4,
Yeah.
The problem was though that OJ, when he was arrested, like a day later or whatever, a couple of days later, didn't have any single defensive wound, bruise, even a scratch on him anywhere.
Right.
Apparently he had this sort of long fight where some guy had all these defensive wounds and OJ had nothing on him.
Right.
And one day after the crime took place, before OJ was ever announced as an official suspect, OJ hired top criminal lawyer Cole Jones to represent Jason,
Fucking hell.
despite not being a suspect.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And still more.
Oh my God, there's more.
More.
What the fuck?
There's more physical evidence to find yet.
You're kidding.
I'm not. There's, we've got to there. It goes to
Oh my God.
there. That's the last.
All right, get us
Okay.
through this fucking craziness, because this is obviously Jason.
The storage unit. Jason's storage unit was bought by a journalist investigating the murder sometime after. I don't know how long after.
Yeah.
And he found some interesting items in it. Black navy watch cap beanie was found at the crime scene,
Right.
but none of the fibres matched OJ's hair that were found in it.
Yeah.
However, once again, the authorities could tell it was close to his hair, most likely a family member.
Right.
Dog hair was also found in the beanie, but OJ didn't own the dog. However, Jason did.
Right.
A picture of Jason was found in the storage unit
Mhm.
of him wearing an identical beanie
Mhm.
while lying down with his dog.
Right.
So that kind of put that together.
Yeah.
While lying down with the dog. What the fuck did I get to? Okay. Yeah. The murder weapon was never found, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
And the wounds inflicted did not match any of the knives that OJ owned, apparently.
Right.
So they checked them all out. So they just assumed, just got rid of it. However, a knife was found in Jason's storage unit that, according to a world-renowned forensic scientist, perfectly matched the wounds.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But the investigative journalist got all this stuff together anyway, though, and he sent it off to 3 other crime scene experts. Every bit of evidence he had from the before, the stuff I told you,
Yeah.
and this new stuff he found in the storage unit, and they all agreed unanimously that Jason should have been looked at as a suspect. The LAPD, not so much. They didn't give a shit.
Fuck's sake.
Is OJ? But what are we talking about? Is OJ?
I genuinely cannot believe that none of this information has been told to me before, that I have never known that actually, all along, there was this obvious fucking suspect.
Crazy, man.
Obvious, like so obvious. And
The
yeah,
physical evidence fits.
of course OJ is going to fucking just take the fucking hit,
Yeah.
because it's his son.
son. The physical evidence is there. All this basic stuff
It's
is there.
fucking crazy. Why would he hire someone for him if he wasn't a This is crazy.
Just there's so many bits to it that just.
This is mad. All of it fits together so perfectly.
It's almost like he did the wipe Rongo to make himself look more guilty.
Almost. That's crazy, dude.
Just. I've seen this a few
What
times.
I'll get in the Bronco, right? I'll drive away as fast as I can,
Mm.
and then you sneak out the back.
I don't think it was even that much of a thing.
No.
Like, and the fact that he wasn't taking his medication.
Jesus Christ. The fact
I
that he'd
mean-
done stuff like this before.
Yeah. There's certain stuff there, could be hearsay and stuff.
I
But
mean,
there's certain stuff that is
fact.
evidence. There's
Yeah.
evidence. It's fact.
It's been reported, yeah. Fucking
craziness.
hell.
But you
That-
know what police are like, especially in America, from what we've seen.
Yeah, oh no, that's our man.
Yeah.
No, but there's this evidence. Nah, I go with my
They
gut.
put all this work and they've done it, and they're like, as far as they're concerned, no, the police. He may have got acquitted because let's not forget this. He did get found not guilty.
Yeah.
Like that's we always.
Can you
that's-
try someone else for it if someone else has already
Yeah.
been tried for it?
Yeah. Well, realistically, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, they should
Because-
probably fucking try this guy.
Oh, I don't know if even statute of limitations works still. Is there a statute of limitation in murder? I
Not
don't
for
know.
murder, I don't think.
You wouldn't have thought, would you?
You'd fucking hope not.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have thought there was. But he did lose a civil case, though.
Yeah.
So would that affect it? Because OJ did
Maybe.
lose a civil case to him.
Yeah, because you can't be tried. Is it double jeopardy they
Double
call
jeopardy.
it? Yeah.
Thing, yeah.
That's so fucked, dude. That is so fucked.
It's surprising, man.
It's
really
beyond surprising.
Yeah.
It's fucking harrowing, mate.
Mhm.
The fuck?
If that's all completely true, because obviously we can't check it all, and it's like you said, it's shocking that we haven't heard it before, but it's also not shocking
Yeah.
because we've seen this with police loads.
Yeah.
You know, they make the decision, that's it. And it was the high-profile person.
Yeah.
It became a whole thing in the end because apparently at that time there was a whole thing, wasn't there, between black people and distrust of police.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, messed up thing, man. But it seems kind of true, especially when you look at it from the other side and think about OJ's case in the sense of maybe he didn't, and then
Yeah.
think about like the glove alone, you can get past that part, but the hair, you know, it's why, because it's not so much that, you know, because I've never heard that stuff, a lot of that stuff before, that you know, the hairs didn't match him, didn't match somebody. Which explains now though why I've never heard anything about DNA in that case.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And I just assumed they had no access to it.
I can't believe that.
They haven't
Oh
got
my
complete
God.
access. They didn't have the best DNA.
But come on.
Why
I
haven't
mean,
they retested stuff too?
why wouldn't you even just go, right, I want a background check of everyone involved. I want to see what everyone else has done in the past. I want to see, like, you know, we don't just assume here. We want to know about everyone's background.
I think there's no upswell of people calling for it because everybody, the majority of people, like when we started this at the beginning of it, I said, did OJ actually do it? And you said yes.
100%, yeah, I thought.
And I was like, okay. And now you're like, you know,
it's so obviously not OJ.
So there's just no grounds for, like, the majority of people are not going to give a shit about, you know, like OJ being, it's not about proving him guilty, proving him innocent.
Yeah.
He was a dick either way, when it seems.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he still never went to prison and then eventually did an armed robbery. Which doesn't necessarily mean you're a dick, but I'm sure he was a dick anyway.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, even the black people didn't like him at the time.
No.
He acted like a white man.
Is that why?
No, it's why apparently. He moved out of the ghetto. He took away all the, you know, like all the traits and all that. Like he took away everything from the culture and that, you know, he gave up all that. It's like reverse cultural appropriation.
Yeah. Yeah.
D, why would you want to be like us kind?
That's fucking crazy, man. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe people will be that fucking ignorant that they're like, oh no, it's definitely OJ.
Well, most people have never heard this though.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I'd never heard it until.
But the police should. That's their fucking job.
That's what I mean. No, the police did at the time.
Yeah.
Multiple times they've been told.
Yeah.
But since then, I don't think the guys, you know, like that was investigating it and did all the journalism stuff, I don't think it got that much traction in the end.
Fucking hell.
Because OJ probably then writ his book saying, maybe that's, I'd love to know if that was anywhere near the time when OJ writ, if I did it.
Yeah.
Taking the attention away again. That would be, you know.
It's
okay though, just I think I forgot to say, Jason has now got help for his problems.
Right.
And he's now working as a professional chef.
Oh, very nice.
Nowhere near knives.
Nowhere near them. Whatever you do, do not give his restaurant a bad review. Just don't fucking try it.
I was having a debate today about the ridiculousness of, in the UK, how we focus on knife crime.
Yeah.
And about how, like, maybe we just go to the root cause of why there's these crimes going on rather than what weapon they're using.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if they didn't use knives, they just used something else.
Yeah.
And it was just surprising. One of my mates that I didn't expect was like making, you know, just acknowledging that no, it's the easiest way to just like get rid of knives, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're crazy. How are we going to cut our food? How are we going to cut down foliage?
Yeah.
How are we going to cut down a black belt?
Yeah.
Come on, y'all, think.
Oh, fuck me. That is so fucking stupid.
Did you know that Ashton Kutcher was a serial killer?
What?
Yeah. Ashton Kutcher was a serial killer. Or he could have been.
Go on then.
He's involved with a serial killer anyway.
Go on then.
Killing.
Go on.
Well, he was feet away from somebody moments before or after they were killed by a serial killer.
Okay, go on.
Maybe because he was a serial killer.
Go on. I didn't believe you with the OJ, but that was surprisingly fucking obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how obvious it is that Ashton Kutcher's a serial killer.
This is shorter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying.
But there's a chance.
There's definitely a chance.
There's a chance everyone's a serial killer.
But there's actual, like, you know, proven evidence that he could be here.
Yeah.
Let
Right,
me see if I
let's
can find
fucking
it.
see.
Have you ever heard of the Hollywood Ripper?
No.
I hadn't before, and I don't think he killed that many people from the sounds of it. But normally you'd hear about, anyway, say, like, he didn't kill that many people. Normally you hear when somebody kills one sometimes.
Yeah.
2 at least is what he got, somebody got done for anyway.
Hmm.
Let me find it then. I believe it was just after this one. Oh no, that's the other fella. See if we have time. Where's that fucking? There you go.
Yeah.
So Ashton Kutcher was proved to be outside the house of one of the Hollywood Ripper's victims, just moments after or before she was killed.
Right.
Who else more likely to kill people in Hollywood than an actor?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think this was early as well, so he might not be doing too well. I don't think this was before 70s show.
Yeah.
On February 21st, 2001, Ashton Kutcher is said to have arrived at Ashley Ellering's house between 10:30 and 10:45 for a date. He was supposed to go out with her at 8:30 but got caught up at an awards party. He'd called her at 9:30, she was all good and agreed to go out still. When he got there, he knocked on but no one answered. He had said that there were lights on inside the house, so he tried the door but it was locked. So his hand, fingerprints on the door handle.
Yeah.
Ashton said at this point he was assumed that he was so late that she had just gone out with a friend, even though he was there. He talked to her.
Yeah.
It was like an hour still by then.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, you know what? She must have just gone out. All good. So naturally, he then said that he started looking through her window, which is when he saw a red stain on the carpet. He assumed it was wine, but it wasn't. And there's some debate about whether he could have actually seen this from the window, and why he was at the window after deciding she had gone out is already kind of weird. After already trying the door before any of it too, which is also strange to me. But he could just be a rude bastard.
Yeah.
She had been brutally murdered, and when Ashton was made aware the next day, he called the police worried that his prints would be found, so he wanted to let them know. And he testified recently against a man accused of being a Hollywood killer. The killer was sent down for 2 women, but he only admitted to the one, but he didn't admit to Ashley. But he did also say, the man who got sent down, that if his DNA was found on 10 women, 10 dead women, it doesn't necessarily mean that he killed them. Which is right.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
No.
Probably though.
Probably.
Higher
Higher likelihood.
likelihood. But
Yeah.
like I said, there's a small chance.
Yeah.
There's a small chance. I'm not going to pretend that one's as likely.
No.
But he was there.
He was there.
He could have.
Yeah.
He could have just made it look like the Hollywood Ripper.
Maybe.
Maybe the Hollywood Ripper only killed one, and he's just like, yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Whatever. I'm going to say I didn't do it out of, I've got my pride.
Yeah.
I got my honour.
Yeah.
But people think I'm a serial killer now. I guess a bit more leeway in prison, yo.
Yeah.
Let's go along a bit.
Yeah.
And Ashton's just like, yeah, give you some of that money. Throw some money at that man. He looked like one of those guys that would take the rap for someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one of those G's.
And let's be fair as well. I forgot to include this in this, but Ashton Kutcher used to make out, him and Finger used to make out they were so always wanting to be there for women's rights and all this stuff, him and Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
And then they wrote a letter to the court for the Danny Matheson guy, asking him not to be sent to prison.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of goes against what you're preaching.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I think he's a serial killer.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah, I've got more, but I could maybe throw in one more actually.
Yeah, chuck it in. Why not? Let's do 3.
I know you'll like.
3's
this one.
healthy.
This one's a bit longer, but we got a few little bits of videos to watch with it, which should be
Ooh.
fun. And it's somebody I know you know well, and you're quite a big fan of him. What is it called when you have a row of 3 blocks and you take one out? What's that gap in between called? Kevin Spacey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a fan I am of Kevin Spacey.
Sure, I swear I heard you.
He's good. He was a good actor.
He was a good actor, to be fair.
But I wouldn't go down defending him.
Not what you probably think we would be discussing with
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Mhm.
Some stuff here that you probably didn't know, because I didn't know it. On Monday, October the 30th, 2017, Kevin Spacey put out a video refuting the claims from Anthony Rapp in 1986 by coming out as gay. 3 very serious allegations specifically were going to court in 3 separate cases.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
Okay, 3 specific ones that were serious and they had all the evidence and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He was a bit screwed. But luckily for him, all the plaintiffs from all 3 court cases were killed before he could go to trial.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the f***?
Yeah.
Is Kevin Spacey having people killed?
Kind of seems that way.
Jesus Christ.
Even that, he was very lucky.
That's a Boeing level of kills. 3. All before the fucking trial. That is so suspicious. How did they die? I need to know.
Yeah, I will let you know.
Yeah.
Each and every one. One of the plaintiffs had remained anonymous, and he was known only as John Doe. All we know about him is that he died right before the trial. So think about that. He was anonymous, never given his name, but yet...
Someone killed him. Or he died.
Or he died.
But the only person who knows who that is likely to be, apart from him, is Kevin Spacey.
Is Kevin Spacey. Because he would have been given the discovery, bear in mind, as well before it.
Yeah.
So he'd know the evidence, he'd know who it is.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Another plaintiff called Linda Culkin, who had known about Spacey's abuse of young actors for years and had been gunning for him, was run over by a car.
You're kidding.
To run over by a car, wasn't it?
Jesus Christ.
Random hit and run. What can you do?
Where was she standing on the fucking pavement by any chance?
Having a nap on the pavement.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. She kept rolling in front of us too. She's like, we'd go over her once and then we'd stop and then she'd roll all around and then we'd suddenly be like, okay, let's back up to check on that. And all of a sudden we'd gone over again. She'd roll to the back of the car.
That is one of the easiest ways to fuck someone up and know it, is to fucking run them over.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to do.
This was my debate earlier about getting rid of knife crime and that. I was like, you know that plenty of people get killed with cars too.
Yeah.
I think we better get rid of cars as well, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Water as well.
Yeah.
People drowning, that shit.
It's all the time.
Okay, the other plaintiff, surprisingly, those 2 were not the craziest.
Okay.
The other plaintiff
Right.
was an actual Norwegian prince.
Fucking hell. What?
Yeah. Who had made a very credible allegation that Spacey grabbed his full Amazonian package under the table after a charity event.
Jesus.
But once again, Kevin Spacey is cool. He doesn't have to worry because that Norwegian prince would just happen to take his own life after Spacey posted a creepy as balls Christmas video on YouTube called Kill Them With Kindness. You seen these weird videos? He's posted? Let's check them out right now. This came out, and then the next day I think it was
who the fuck was crazy enough to fucking film this with him as well?
Money.
Yeah.
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you? It's been a pretty good year, and I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me. As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world. Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking.
What the fuck?
Are you serious? I'm dead serious.
Because after the allegations have come out and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
So weird, considering straight after that guy killed himself.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Turns out the Spacey was also on the Epstein Lolita Express flight logs.
Yeah.
And the Epstein had told of Spacey about not violating the no camera rule. This is what people think he is referring to in this next video, Let Me Be Frank, which was the first one that he ever did of these weird ones. Yeah. especially as he is holding a Queen's coronation mug.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realise this. Kevin Spacey has a special relationship with the British royal family.
Okay.
Because he actually spent 11 years living in London. Do you know that?
No.
He was the artistic director at the Old Vic Theatre. And he almost single-handedly turned it around from being, like going out of business to being a damn success.
Yeah.
He turned it around. And he was knighted for it. The weird thing about it was that at that time, he was under investigation by Scotland Yard for 6 different accounts of sexual assault.
Jesus Christ.
Well, there were originally 20 accusations. 6 were going forward, all of which came from staff at the Old Vic Theatre.
Jesus Christ.
Which is ridiculous because they would know. Anyone they're knighting, they would check to see if they're being investigated or anything. So there's no way they didn't know.
Mind you, having said that, fucking, Jimmy Savile.
Well, hopefully they didn't know. That's the idea.
Well, no, but I mean, let's be honest.
He was never being investigated. He never got investigated while he was alive.
But there were rumours around a lot in the BBC, and the thing
He'd
is,
had a relationship with them from early as well.
Let's see how many people who are paedophiles. People who were closely linked to the royal family who later turn out to be paedophiles. It's quite a surprisingly large number.
Yeah, there's plenty. To be fair, though, that are linked to them that aren't.
Yeah, of course, but there's a lot that do seem to be.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in this kind of stuff that it weirdly gets used in all. It seems to get used a lot as well. It's always a thing that's prevalent in the upper elite echelon things for some reason.
Yeah.
It's weird, and the constant talk of devil worship and stuff still nowadays, which is strange too. So let's have a little look at this one anyway. I haven't actually watched this one properly myself yet.
This one's weird.
Because they're talking about the mug he's holding being mentioning the...
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas,
There's a photo of him and Ghislaine Maxwell.
It's been a pretty good year,
Queen's,
and I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes
Queen's
in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me.
Which would be something
as we walk into 2020. I want to cast my vote for more good in this world.
Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious?
I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire.
This is so
unexpected.
fucked.
You can.
Especially when you know now. Because I think this came out
kill
prior,
them
didn't
with
it?
kindness.
Done a lot of the public accusations.
But it's just what he's literally just come off of this giant Netflix series. He's suddenly been thrown out because of all of these huge amounts of accusations that appear. He is now fucking, completely on his ass. His choice, the thing he decides to do, is this. Where he's doing half Kevin Spacey, half his character from the Netflix show.
No, this wasn't the one that came out then. The other one was the one that came out then. The Killed with Kindness one.
Right.
This was the first one. This was done at least a year before. So before the accusations, this was.
Oh no, it can't be because I remember this coming out afterwards. That's why he says they tried to separate us, you and me, and they couldn't.
From what
I remember seeing it with a friend of mine.
25th December 2018. The accusations were... Did I put that down? Actually, I think you might be right now. 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2017. Okay, yeah, so it definitely had been by then. Yeah. So, yeah.
And everyone had just kind of forgotten about it, and then he brought this shit out.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what the fuck?
Almost like he was warning someone out. There must have been reasons for it.
Well, yeah. Why does it have such a budget to it? Why is he doing half himself, half the character from Netflix?
I don't know the character from Netflix.
It was a really good show. I was really enjoying it until the fucking shit happened.
And I'm guessing it ruined the storyline as well.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Because he was like one of the main characters, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the main character.
Yeah.
He talked directly to the camera at moments to sort of give you sort of an insight into his
that's
shit.
cool
and
as
stuff,
well.
which is
Which is what he's
exactly
doing.
like he does here.
I see, yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, but now he just brings on a whole thing. Maybe that's what in his head he was, you know, like trying to do was being. Maybe he's trying to be just him.
Yeah.
Not Kevin Spacey, sorry. Yeah, the Frank guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would this character do this?
Yeah.
Maybe he's as Frank in this and the whole time.
Yeah, but I mean, it just. Let's keep watching.
Yeah,
'cause
he knows
it
it's
gets weird.
not, but I mean.
Death to hear me confess it
'Cause he
all.
then
They're just
fucking-
dying to have me declare that everything said is true and that I got what I did.
He'd start
Oh yeah, because
doing
he'd already
weirder
been
stuff.
past the thing. Yeah, so he'd already been like, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Deserved.
It was post then.
Wouldn't that be easy if it was all so simple? Only you and I both know it's never that simple, not in politics and not in life. But you wouldn't believe the worst without evidence, would you? You wouldn't rush to judgments without facts, would you?
Oh God.
Did you?
There you go.
No, not you. You're smarter than that. Anyway, all this presumption made for such an...
Like,
Oh God, he's trying to
fucking-
gaslight people,
yeah,
isn't he?
literally.
Oh God, he thinks people are that dumb.
Mm-hmm. He's like, oh no, we love that character so much. We're with you, Kevin Spacey, because you're Frank. It's like, fuck off.
Jeez.
Fuck off.
Level of disconnect, man.
Such an unsatisfying ending. And to think it could have been such a memorable send-off. I mean, if you and I have learned nothing else these past years, it's that in life and art, nothing should be off the table. We weren't afraid, not of what we said and not of what we did, and we're still not afraid.
Pay off whoever we need.
Because I can promise you this. If I didn't pay the price for the things we both know I did do, I'm certainly not going to pay the price for the things I didn't do. Oh, of course, they're going to say I'm being disrespectful, not playing by the rules, like I ever played by anyone's rules before. I never did, and you loved it. Anyhow, despite all the poppycock, the animosity, the headlines, the impeachment without a trial, despite everything, despite even my own death, I feel surprisingly good. And my confidence grows each day that soon enough you will know the full truth. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Now that I think of it,
Pause it, because that was terrible.
you never
acting.
actually saw me die, did you?
Ugh. That's in the end of the thing. Like, he gets thrown in front of a train or something like that, but they don't show his face.
He's trying to get himself
and
back
he
on the show there, ain't he?
And he just
Right
put the
at the end.
ring back on. It's like, oh,
God, he really thought he was going to get brought back onto the show, man.
he
That's
really
amazing.
did. He thought, yeah, I can make this play. They'll never fucking stop me.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
But I mean, the worst part is though, in the long run, he might do.
Yeah.
Like, because you think of like some of the people, like, well, you know, like if people knew that he's like maybe killed people, then they'd be a bit different.
Yeah.
But you could never prove that to the average person.
No.
Like, you know, most people won't look at the things or anything. Like, you know.
I find it fucking so fucking depressing because, like, again, this guy used to be such a fucking great actor, and it was always a joy to watch him. And then you find out this fucking bullshit. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, why did you have to ruin it? Why couldn't you just be a normal person?
A lot of the best actors seem to be fucked up in some ways, don't they?
Yeah, but don't get fucked up in that way.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to do is not be a fucking toucher.
Toucher.
A fucking toucher.
I mean,
man.
I'd say like the toucher part, like is the least of it, like touching a Norwegian prince, for example.
Yeah.
Like the basically the grooming kids, it seems.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
From what it
That's-
sounds like.
That well, I forget his name now. Danny something, or I'm confused.
Danny Masterson or whatever.
No, not Danny Masterson. That's the thing. I think I'm confusing with him. The guy that initially accused him, the guy from Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
I got his name written on the thing, but I can't remember now. I've said it already. That name I said earlier. He's really good at Star Trek. Yeah, he was like 14 or something, I think. I forgot what my original point was now when I was
Yeah.
trying to remember his name because it took me so long to remember his name.
Yeah.
But
No, it's fucked, man.
yeah, it is messed up. Yeah, I just see that nostalgic thing with Kevin Spacey. Though. It's just I don't know. Never purposely. I just never really seen anything with him in.
No,
I can't really think of anything that I've really cared.
I've
The only
seen quite a few things.
other than Seven,
Oh yeah.
but he's obviously not in much of it though. So
Oh, itchy eye.
I don't know what other things are. Can you think of them?
I mean, he was in. I know it sounds weird. He was in Call of Duty: Advanced Warfare. He was in House of Cards. He was in. Oh, he's been in loads of shit, but I can never remember what it was. Fuck it. What else was he in?
I learned as well about mind control through recreating brainwaves and then learning what brainwaves, like what frequencies essentially are different emotions, offer different emotions.
Yeah.
And then apparently during Conflict Desert Storm they used it and sent out like a pulse of to these extremist people that would never leave and all that because it's like a religion thing. And then the one time they basically all left surrendering. There's video of them all leaving and stuff, holding out white flags and stuff, just leaving. And because apparently what happened is the CIA did have a radio station around in the city, secret radio station, and the idea is that there was this device that was pumping out these brainwave things at a certain thing to make them
Just
feel
stopping
unhopelessness,
people.
and
Yeah.
it just made them leave.
It's crazy.
Because literally a day later, another wave came back towards them.
Fuck. All right. Okay.
Very interesting. I don't consider it completely mind control myself or mind affecting.
Yeah.
Mind,
Yeah. That's more.
pushing.
That's more of a realistic thing.
But the weird part is though that that technology that did that, and they kept it afterwards as well because they decided to. They eventually just left Saddam Hussein in charge, and everybody, the people there, that's what they wanted in the end. Still, they wanted to have him in charge still or something. But then, not that long after the Americans just left, all of a sudden, people started revolting against Saddam Hussein out of nowhere. Is part of the idea too, and the CIA just happened to have another one of these things in that city again, a different one. That was it because that first one they had in that thingy, the people actually when they came back in, they actually went out of their way to smash that up.
I wonder if that's why the UK feels so shit at the moment. Is because there's actually a bombardment of that kind of wave from space, from Russian or Chinese satellites or something.
Oh, well, it doesn't need to be from them because America created a giant version of it called HARP.
Oh yeah, HARP, yeah.
Essentially, that's a giant transmitter on it.
Yeah.
And the idea is if that thing is a real thing, then that could hit anywhere and from any part of the planet with it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing reflecting off things, wouldn't it, or something? Off thingies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was based originally on stuff they used in Vietnam. When they would go down and they'd have these boxes that they'd crank up. It would create a really loud sound, 120 decibels. And it could make it go 2 miles, so it would blast them and make them go nauseous and kind of like a stun gun, but for not being able to hear. And like an audible stun gun, I guess.
Fucking hell. And
it was from that, and then they wanted something that could work like that, but that was it. That could work like that, but would be silent. And they eventually went with microwaves. They would start cooking people with these silent waves, based on the Soviets thing, because the Soviets had something that a byproduct of it would be that it would cook people out the back of it or something would. And it was. It's the same thing that we use as microwaves to cook food now.
Oh yeah, it was radar. It was radars. Yeah.
And that's what then eventually they wanted to turn into that, and then it was all about mind control as well.
Fucking.
Because the thing they had, I think they figured out a way to do with microwaves, but it would only work on certain people. Some people it would kill. Some people they would be able to actually get them to do stuff, but it wasn't. everybody then wanted sure things, which is why they went with those brainwave things. at the end.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. It all kind of made sense, but we never know. It could all be bull. Everything we said today could be bull.
That's a conspiracy theory, isn't it?
Jason Simpson may not exist.
It may be a figment of our imagination.
Yeah, we don't really know.
No.
But, I mean, I do because I saw the video, there's photos and shit of him, but you know, he definitely exists, okay, but everything else we don't know. I mean, the stuff in the storage unit, they definitely know because it was somebody else to find it again.
Yeah.
Some of it, we don't know. He was a 3rd-degree black belt, though.
Yeah, that we know.
Which is weirdly kept quiet, and all the defensive wounds and pictures of OJ completely clean and none of them.
Yeah.
That's enough right there to make me
innit?
think there's something to it.
Yeah. Right, unfortunately, I am probably going to have to shoot off.
Yep.
We've given you a good 2 hours, though. That's a podcast and a bit, that is.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I'm genuinely shocked about the fucking OJ bit. That just does not make sense.
I want to put it as an early clip, you know.
That is unfucking reasonable.
It's fucking unreasonable.
No,
You're right.
genuinely, it's
You're right.
unfucking reasonable that someone wouldn't have paid attention to that evidence.
Oh man, we say this though, but then we think about all the other things in history.
And the amount of time
Even
that they fuck it
closer.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And then refuse to, like, go against it too, because then they're admitting they're wrong.
yeah,
in the
people have
first
been
place.
put to death for fucking crimes.
Yeah.
And then they go, it turns out we were wrong. Sorry, guys.
Most of them just won't admit it. You know,
We'll give him a pardon. He's dead.
Most of the time they just won't admit it anyway, though. It's
Yeah.
just anyone with a brain would look at it and be like, "What are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, come on."
You can only
Go
get
on.
it to change once you've got enough, like, iron fucking clad evidence, and then
Yeah.
you've also got a big enough lawyer for them to go, all right, fine.
And you still got to get them to whoever it is, you know, some council to agree that there's even a case to begin with before you can even put it to a jury and get a fair look at it.
Yeah.
You got to get them to admit that there's a chance they're wrong first.
Yeah.
And that's very hard to do.
Very fucking hard.
Like, most of the time, it's not going to happen.
No, we're infallible. Yeah, sure you are, you human twat.
Human twat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Go back to being a feline twat.
Be more like me, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. Be a robot.
There you go, yeah. Everybody needs to be more like
That's why I'm into AI.
Because you want to be like Mark Zuckerberg.
Apparently.
Yeah, get a grey t-shirt.
Yeah.
You could rock that.
Yeah.
Be
Go
Elon
out there
Musk. into-
smoking these meats.
I'd rather be Elon Musk. He seems like he has so much more fun.
He does. He does seem like he enjoys himself more.
Yeah. I reckon he's probably cloned himself.
Probably.
Because he seems to do a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody who works in like the main lab in Tesla is all Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And it's taking in turns to go and do
So
things.
I've got an Elon Musk for Tesla, and I've got an Elon Musk for SpaceX, and then I've got an Elon Musk for Home Fun Time, and then I've got an Elon Musk that's spare.
I wonder if there's an Elon Musk that likes watching wrestling, because he could have the same nickname that was given to me today when I talk about wrestling.
Huh?
I was referred to as Stone Cold Steve Autism.
And on that note, this has been Squishy Logic.
Keep it squishy.
And always be logical.
Especially when keeping your son out of jail.
That's true.
Fair play, but it's the nicest thing OJ did.
Jason, why?
Jason, no.
No, Jason. It's the top one. No, you're going to the right one. Yeah.